everyone? Are you having fun doing these interviews all together?
Yes, we are.
Preferred to do it this way.
I mean, I would love my solo moment, but it's okay.
You three off to the jury house, and let's be real. I mean, you'd rather be in the house and in the running for the money. Marty, why do you feel you were evicted, and do you feel the house made the right decision in sending you to jury?
Well, I think I was walking with a big target on my back, and there was just a moment it was going to be inevitable that I would get evicted. They make a great move. Yeah, I think so. Like if it would have keep me in the game, I might have been able to win a comp or two more and skid to the end. And even if I played a really messy game, I think I could have maybe still argued my way to a win with the comps and stuff.
Gino, how you feeling about your eviction? And Summer and Marty, we want to know how you're feeling about being evicted in a triple. So Gino, you answer, and then Summer, and then Marty. So we're talking how you feel about the eviction.
All right, how do I feel about my eviction? Obviously, I'm not happy with it. I left on a gummy bear incident. That's not how I wanted to leave this house, but I put myself in that position. I could have changed it. I could have walked in there and said, no, don't put me in part of the cup situation. So it is my fault. It is what it is. I'm here, but the experience was great. I did not expect Summer coming out as a third person, but I did expect Marty coming out after me.
And you know, getting evicted on a triple, we all know that a triple eviction is iconic. So it was fitting for me because I am iconic. It's just unfortunate that it was at the hands of Joshua, Desmond, Lerone, Nash.
Yeah, being evicted on a triple, it was a really wild night, I'll tell you that. And honestly, just before eviction, like Helena, which I had a final two with, told me that Kevin had told Josh that he was heading home, and I actually went to talk with Josh and said, you know, like, I'm sorry this happened, like I love you as a person. And then like 2 minutes after, bang, 4-1 post. So yeah, I was blindsided by two people I trusted, Kevin and Helena, and yeah, it was a wild night.
Summer, Josh made you a promise, broke his word, and you let him have an earful. Are you buying what he's trying to sell you about, oh, he was in the heat of the moment, la, 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 la. And did he truly lose your jury vote if he makes it all the way to the end?
Are we buying it? No. He's aligned with Kevin, and we all know Kevin is a schemer. So it was probably planned from the jump. We did have a conversation at the table with Betty. So he probably took my information, passed it along to them, and then Kevin probably said some nonsense, and then that's how he went about his decision. He knew from the jump what he was going to do. Let's be real. And if Joshua does make it to the end, he's going to have to explain to me why he did what he did. So depending on his answer, he may or may not have my vote. But we're still leaning towards no. We're a petty jury member, and we'll stick by it.
You know, man, a lot to process after being evicted during a triple. Now, you never want to go to gummies.
Right?
Right?
You know what I mean? Like I'm so upset that I said yes, but in the moment I was trying to be a team player and like show trust to that 5, and that's why I went in there. But once I drew out that red gummy bear, I knew from that moment I was going home that week.
And that's the exact same reason why I did it. For me, there was no chance I would work with Josh, Summer, or Betty. So 5 was everything I had. I see cracks all over them. I really thought that Kevin would flip, and I really thought Jason would flip. That's why I went there and tried to make like a pep talk, like I'm a hockey coach, and I tried to do the same thing. And for me to give the gummy bear to G and say, it's your choice if you put it in or not, I was hoping by him putting it in. So I knew he was going to put it in because he's a team player. I was hoping Kevin and Helena seen that as you know, he was committing to the 5, but Helena and Kevin had something bigger, and I didn't know about it. So yeah, it didn't work.
Should have just ate it. That's what I should have done.
Marty, you won HOH a bunch of times, man, and you had good relationships with, you know, many of the house guests this season, except one, Betty. Why did you two just not see like eye to eye?
It all started on week 2, and to be honest, like when I came in the house during the first week, like I didn't make deals as far as like final tools or like jewelry or whatever that, but I would just talk with people and say, "Are you good for the next few weeks?" Yes, and so I did that with pretty much actually everybody except Celine, and Stephanie. And I told myself, if I win, I'll have 3 people I can nominate. So if one pulls himself off, I'll just replace them. And then on the surfboard on Surf's Up, I made a deal with Steph that I would not put her up. So that like kind of screwed me. I really wanted to like play like the most honest game I could, especially for the first part, and then do what I had to do. But that's when I had to nominate Betty as a replacement. This was a game move to try to get the vote to get Jay out. Actually worked. But after that, my reputation, I didn't know Betty would be so
Hold a grudge.
Oh, I didn't think Betty would hold a grudge that much over that, but it just carried out along the whole game after that.
Gino, what do you think of Kevin's gameplay thus far?
Kevin is definitely a smart player. He's at the beginning of the game was very quiet. He was definitely a character. He's had multiple personality in the house. We were just talking about it too. Like when he would come during my HOHs, he was Mr. Andrew, he was a lawyer. So he just definitely had a good gameplay. The way he aligned himself in the house too is like nobody knew about it. So he's definitely smart, and he played us all, and he definitely flipped on us. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here too.
Summer, who is running the show this season, and who do you not want to see in the final 2?
I think Kevin is running the show. I think the bulk majority of the people in the house are his little puppets, and he's the puppet master. He is the schemer of the season, and I called it from day 1. And who do I not want to see in the end? Let's just say Joshua. Let's be real. I've got a cussing brewing for him, so that'd be nice if the cameras were off and I could continue that. But yeah, no. If you mess with my game, you don't deserve to be in the end. Sorry.
Also, Summer, why do you think the house guest kept Betty over you?
I think that they picked Betty because Betty is Joshua's number 1 in the house. That's who we wanted in the end, and that's who we picked in the chain of safety. So they were just doing what he wanted, and that's what everyone else told me. So I was like, hey, and let's be real, these people are threatened by me. I am the social butterfly. Canada's booth thing. Of course you're going to want me out. You're jealous.
Okay, each of you take a minute with this question. Each of you take a minute with this one. Who do you hope, honestly, wins it all this season, and why? We're going to start with Summer.
I hope Betty wins this season, because if I'm not going to win, I want somebody who's playing in a similar fashion. Yes, call me selfish, but it is what it is.
Gino.
I definitely say Jacelyn, and that's not because obviously I had a thing with her in the house.
Sure.
It's like, come on. She's got a big uphill battle to fight right now. She's pretty much alone in the house. So for her to make it to the end and actually win the show would be huge on her. It would be like a big battle, and I just hope she does, and I wish her the best of luck for it.
And Marty?
On my end, I think the person so far at this point, if I would have to choose today, the person I'd say would represent the season the best would be Kevin. So I'm kind of rooting for him, but at the same time, like Gino said, I think Jacelyn right now is on an island. Like in the game, she's really have a big uphill battle to fight, and if she can manage to get to the end, like I'll take note of that for sure. I want the best person to win, to represent season 10.
Gino, what's the relation, right? That status right now with you and JC Lynn? Like, are you guys gonna make a go of this relationship outside of the house? Is it just a house thing?
So in the house thing was definitely a showmance. We did have discussions, so we're gonna TITTO it, which is take it to the outside. We're gonna give it a try. I feel like being in the game and playing this game with a person that you really connect with, going through roller coasters of emotions, up and downs, and like bad days, good days, sad moments, and all that stuff. I think that's a real big test, and being able to transfer that to the real world, like it'd be I find it would be easier to do in the real world. So yeah, I'm open-minded. We had that discussion. We're like, we'll give it a try in the real world.
So what are you guys gonna do? TT?
TITTO.
That's a
Yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
thing, right? That was my point. That's how Kevin was in the game.
How about that 100 minutes of hell comp?
Oh my God. That was
59.5 minutes. I was the best.
that was tough. That was a lot of focusing. Like
I wish I would have played that one.
yeah. Well, Betty deserved it. She was 42
Yeah.
seconds off. Like you could not beat that. That was like right on point. Like kudos to her. Like she deserved it. But that honestly, that comp was really tough. Like it really challenges you mentally. And obviously Betty was the better one on that one.
Yes.
Who volunteers to do that one again in the jury house? Show of hands.
I'd try it if I can get a. I'd do it if I could get a video chat with my wife after.
I was in there for 2 seconds and I still have super worm bites. Like they hit me and they still bit me. I was like, ah!
Yeah, I had a couple of stars there. They bid really well.
Summer, is there anyone that you had a hand in sending out the door? To the, that you wish you kept around a little bit longer? Anybody you had a hand in voting out that you wish, I wish they would stay instead of me voting them?
I would say my Greek boo thing, Gino. At least he was honest when there was an opportunity that I would be used as a pawn. But he told me if I vote in his way, I wouldn't be used in any way. Whereas Joshua said, no, girl, we got it together, blah, 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 blah. And it was a lie. It was a goddamn lie. So that's the one person that I wish I did not vote out. Everybody else, goodbye. Goodbye.
Not bitter.
All right, final question for all you three. We're going to go Gino first, and then Summer, and then Marty. What does the winner of Big Brother Canada Season 10 need to do to secure your vote for the win?
All right. I always told myself going to jury, I don't want to make an emotional decision. I want to make a logical decision. I want to see a well-rounded player, a calm beast, social game, all that put together. And I want to look at the big picture and see like why you deserve to be there and how did you get there. So that's what I'm gonna be looking at the end. And then once it gets to that point, like the best players will get my vote.
Your girl is petty. She's emotional. Let's be real. So I will, of course, factor in what you represent. I'm going to factor in how you play the game and as well my relationship with you. But I think I'm planning on asking like a very, very, very deep question. And depending on how you answer it, you will have my votes. I'm trying to throw these people off because they threw me off.
All right. On my end, right now, honestly, for me, it's still anybody's game. I think everybody that's still in there are great players. And to be honest, like if I look the comment that Carissa did just before the final HOH when she said, fun fact, nobody of you ever won a HOH. There's still a lot to be done at this point. So I think who's gonna win, who's gonna make the big move to take themselves to the end, and then answering the question the best way possible, like it's going to be interesting. I think it's still anybody's game.
Thanks for hanging, friends, and see you on finale night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.